What's up, Culture Drop? Galen here. Today, coming at you with a topic I think falls under the bucket of leadership pitfalls. And this is one of the most challenging elements of being a leader. It's one of the toughest conversations to have, and it's a juicy one. All right, here's what I want to say. I know this is one of the toughest parts of being a leader, but this is so true, and please take this to heart. If this topic comes up a number of times, let's just get right to it. If somebody is underperforming, or they're having performance issues, or they're having behavior issues to the point where it's like you as a leader or leadership team know that this person's job is at stake. If they do not turn this performance or this behavior around, you must let them know. You have to have the courage. You have to have the kindness in service of that person, right? And doing everything that you can to turn them around and coach them up and bring them, right, to save their job and to let them turn things around. You have to be willing to have the conversation with them specifically and lay out for them in no uncertain terms, if this doesn't change, your job is at stake. I have had a lot of conversations with leaders where they do not want to deliver that news. And so many times what happens is employees come into a conversation or leave a conversation and they don't know if they're in trouble or getting a raise. We dance around this topic, and I have had so many examples specifically where I've coached leaders to be like, you have to let this person know. I know it's hard, I know it's an uncomfortable conversation, you don't know how they're gonna react to it, but the kindest, most supportive thing you can do to that person is let them know how high are the stakes in this conversation. That this thing I'm seeing from you, very specifically, looks like this. These are examples of what I'm seeing from you. This is the impact that has that you may or may not be aware of, right? In terms of this is the impact of that on these jobs, our clients, your reputation, our relationship as a leader to employee, right? This is the impact that that's having that's negative, and it needs to look like this instead. To be crystal clear with that person, having that be a coaching conversation, also where you're supportive and you're like, what do you need from me? How can I support you? How can we get you to where you need to be? But we have to also include in that conversation the reality to this employee that if this doesn't change, if this doesn't turn around, if we can't get this to look like this from you and you take full ownership of that, your job is at stake. Followed up with, I do not want to have the conversation with you. I don't want to have to be letting you know that you're losing your job. You need to understand, that's the stakes of this conversation. I know that's one of the hardest things to do as a leader, but that is what leadership requires. And I know that takes a lot of courage, but leadership is not an easy thing to do. And this is one of the things that you have to have that in your tool belt. You have to have the courage and the skill set to move through those conversations, but you have to be honest with people and direct. That's what I want to say. I know it's a very specific thing, but man, every leader needs to know that. And every leadership team and organization needs to understand that someone losing their job should not be a surprise, that you have to coach people and you have to let them know along the way, this is the severity of what's happening here. But do it in a kind way that's supportive and coaching. That's it. Go be awesome. Oh, hey, how you doing, you little plant? Look at all these flowers coming up here, you lily. You beautiful, beautiful plant. Gosh, keep it up. You're doing it. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our channel. We put a lot of content on here. You can also subscribe to the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails in your inbox every Tuesday morning. Follow our social media channels. Put a lot of free content out about just being more awesome and building great teams.